What's up, y'all? You know what time it is? It's about to be that time.
How's it going, everybody? We're back. One Piece 1094. Excited for it. I do know that whatever it is, something happens with Saturn, because it seems like every YouTube thumbnail has him on it, so that's all I know. Internet person said, I heard if you like D-Stream, Randy shows up faster. Well, hey, you know, we'll try that method next week. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. 1095 leaks, I hope not. All right. So anyway, it's the month of October now. I just put out a video, like I said I would, for predictions based around birthdays. So it's just a little short. I did it real quick, but you know, there's a bunch of birthdays in October. The biggest ones that I think actually apply are probably like of all of the vice admirals, like Doberman is in October and Doberman is in Egghead, so we could see him do something sometime this month. Dragon's birthday is this month, and Marco. Be fun to like see where we are in this whole Weevil Impel Down situation. Law's birthday is this month. There's a couple of Blackbeard pirate birthdays, a couple of Grand Fleet birthdays. We'll see what Oda wants to do. And the reason I bring this up is because if you've seen Math Piece, Oda was deliberately putting characters back into the story on their birthdays. Like, the Law versus Blackbeard fight was on Law's birthday, like right around there, and also Doc Q's birthday, and Doc Q was involved in that. Vivi was revealed to be with Morgan's on the chapter that came out around her birthday, like the week of. And after, you know, not being in the story for 5 years. What else? Crocodile showed up on his birthday. Hancock kind of did as well. Yeah, so Oda thinks about these things. You know, it's not every case, because every single character has a birthday, but it's like, something happens, it's like, random person. Wonder if it's their birthday. Or an anniversary to something else. Anyway. Let's get into the chapter. Oh yeah, Dofi's birthday is this month too. Which ties into the Marco stuff. Ricardo Perez said that I should cosplay Perona for a Halloween stream. While I appreciate the super chat, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. And any Halloween stream I do will be also my birthday stream. So let's see here.
Savage.
So what I say to that super chat. I actually don't really do much cosplay. That's not it's not something that because my birthday is Halloween, I just like, I don't feel drawn to like dressing up because it's so ingrained in that day. So it's like kind of like a weird connection that I have to it. I did when I was a kid, but you know. All right, so we got a Shmotsky color spread here. This is interesting. I think this is the first time we've seen Kuina drawn in a really long time. You know, Oda's art has like dramatically changed over the, you know, course of the series, so seeing Kuina drawn in like the new style is interesting to me. We've got Ryuma in there. I'm assuming the one in the far back is also Ryuma, like the real Ryuma. We've got the dragon that he slayed. This is cool. This is cool. Zoro fans eating. We got the whole fam here. Yep, Yasue is there. All right. Did anybody do a translation on the color spread? Like, what do the characters at the bottom say? All right. Mini flashback. Wipe out all the Navy sailors on this island. Oh man, Oda, you taking some cues from Toei Animation? Like, we literally saw this right at the end of the chapter. We didn't need this. All right. So then the authority chip is activating. Chapter 1094, Five Elders, Godhead of Science and Defense. Did we know defense also? I knew it was science, but I don't remember the defense part. St. J. Garcia Saturn Legend. All right. Was that an order from Vegapunk? That's not good. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Beep, 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 beep. All the Mark IIIs are turning against them. Oda watching the anime for sure. There's a little missed opportunity on that on the color spread for Oda to give us drawings of Zoro's mother and father that was recently put into the SBS. Stay away from the pacifistas. Man, look at this. We're winning, guys. Things are up for us. Hey, getting these Marines out of here. Things are looking good. Everything's coming up Millhouse. All right. This one Marine on page 2 who's like got his gun up and he's leaning against the wall. And he's thinking about his wife and kids back home. Like, why did I have to come on this mission? Ah. All right.
You loyal.
Huff, huff, huff. So, does this mean Vegapunk's come down from above? Shout out to the Lonely Mage, member for 9 months. Said spicy chapter. Okay.
It's about to get spicy.
Up there. Search for Bonnie, Atlas. Alright. So we got Sanji and Frankie with Vegapunk and Atlas. Bonnie. How's this thing driving straight down? We should be falling. Alright, Frankie is observing the technology here. Shout out to Irving in the chat. What's up, what's up? By their nature, island clouds will clump together. Bonnie, where are you? The tires of the Vega tank are made of island clouds, which means we will not plummet off. Interesting. Okay, so these wheels are clouds. All right, so we've got an idea of, the technology that's going here. Sanji's radar has activated. I found her. You did, Sanji? When has my lady radar ever been wrong? Called it before I even got to it. Yeah, come on, guys. Like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. Here we go. That sounds very unscientific, but I'll take it on faith. Thanks, pal. Only problem is, this tank ain't up to my speed. I gotta go check on her. Okay, so Sanji zooms out of there. We gonna get some heat on feet? I wasn't expecting Sanji. I just kind of put this shirt on, but let's get some heat on feet. Bonnie, the pirate's over there. Good thing the pacifistas are on our side now. Okay. We got this guy here who's got a giant broom, or is that a clamshell on the end of his stick? Oh, did she just pull out a gun? I see Jewelry Bonnie. She just pulled it off the hip. NDE, near-death experience. She just shoot them in the head? Is this a way that she can put her power onto people? Like, is she gonna shoot bullets that change their age? This is... Oh man, this is crazy. And Oda at it again. Alright. Whoa! Whoa, 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 what? Near-death experience. So they believe that they turn to skeletons and then come right back so that they pass out? Yo, Bonnie's crazy. Bonnie's crazy. Oh, wow. This is one of the vice admirals, isn't it? This guy with the clamshell stick? Hey, what's wrong with you? I saw the river Styx. Get back here, Bonnie. She's just gonna shoot these guys and just dip. Alright. No escape for you. Huh? Why? The Mark III is still going after Bonnie? Ooh. Navy HQ Vice Admiral Bluegrass. I've been calling this one Mannequin, so now she's got a real name. Bluegrass. I can control an individual regardless of anything else. As a driver with the ride fruit. Ooh, we getting devil fruits. Hey! David Codd said Mama used to ride the D. Could she ride Pluton? I mean, she's got the ride fruit. I don't know, but... okay. If I kill you, will that undo the curse you put on our soldiers? Dad. Give back their proper ages. Alright, Sanji comes in with the save, it looks like, or somebody does. Yeah, that's crazy, the ride fruit, though. I'm just happy to see new devil fruits. I'm really just happy to see that. I want more names for these guys. Come on, Bonnie, don't start spacing out now. Ah, Blackleg. I heard about Kuma's your old man, but you gotta be smarter than this, or else you'll... Ooh, someone looks like they're a Zoan. Okay. Is this another Neko no Mi? Looking a little cat-like here. Otter. Dude's an otter? Wow, man. Mr. 13 would like to have a word with you. Alright, let's just get out of here. Sanji, Bonnie, get on. Is this the dude with the clamshell? Yeah, okay. It's funny, too, because I mentioned Mr. 13, right? And what is Mr. 13? An otter carrying around with him all the time. A clamshell. Oh. If I had stopped to think about it, maybe I could have predicted it. Maybe. Alright. Vegapunk. The pacifistas are on our side now. We're heading back up. We didn't get any heat on feet, though. That's a little disappointing. And we didn't get this otter dude's name. Okay. Lava phase. I want to know what the... Is there like a cultural significance for otters and clamshells? Because, like, obviously Oda is, like, drawing a parallel there. Yeah, even the Mr. 13 little minifigure I have has the clamshell, too. Alright. Lava phase. Okay, so we're back to the Luffy versus Kizaru thing. I actually was really enjoying all of that. Like, I don't even know if I want to come back to this fight. Otters open clams with rocks. Otters eat clams. Okay. Got it. Thanks, chat. Listen, I'm sorry, but if I spend all my time on you, I cannot fulfill my mission. Alright. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's get these likes up, guys. Come on. Yeah, but that's my mission. Wheeze. Okay, wait up. Okay, so he just sped out of there. This man dipped on Luffy. Can't have that. Okay, we're gonna get some Zoro versus Lucci. I'm okay with that. Oh, no, we're not. What is this unearthly presence? Oh, is Saturn coming in now? Everybody's feeling this. Hockey's out of control.
It's about to get spicy.
Hurry. Can't be. Okay, so we got Doll and this other dude. What was the name I gave this guy? I gotta like start writing these down. I can't remember. Pacifistas, stand down. Look at this man's eyes. Oh, and what a shot at Egghead too with all the ships. Oh my god. All right. We getting into that Gorosei business. Now look, this is what we wanted, right? I want Luffy versus Saturn. Kizaru's got other things to do. Kizaru's got to fight other people. Kizaru is not Luffy's fight. It was fun, but that time is over. There's a bigger threat here. This is crazy. These guys were introduced to us in like 2002, 2001, whatever it was. That's a long ass time ago. Okay. Yep, Sega Saturn time. Sega. All right. What's this? The pacifistas aren't escorting us anymore. Hey, follow your orders. Why? The only thing above us on the authority hierarchy is ... The 5 elders. Whoa. Magic pentagram? What are we doing? Oda, what we getting into? Hold up. You know what I want to do after I seen this now? I want to go to the 3D2Y chapter where Brook lands on the pentagram, and I want to see if there's like if it's drawn the same, because that's what this is reminding me of when Brook got sent by Kuma. Is this Saturn's power? Does he have some sort of like demon fruit, or is he just into like the black arts like those people were? Because that's crazy if there's going to be some sort of correlation to that one little thing. All right. Someone said Full Metal Piece. Yeah, let's get this equivalent exchange going. All right, this is odd. Let's hurry on up. Was he able to speak through that? Like, is he still on the ship, but he just, like, made that appear or something? Something is coming. Alert to all units on location. Saint Saturn of the 5 Elders is disembarking on Egghead. Oh my god. Alright. He's making a move. He's making a move. Commodores and below aren't even allowed to have an audience with them. Yo, this gigantic fire is just appearing. What's with that explosion? The 5 elders, they've come all the way here. 5 what? They're the highest authority in the world. Say what? We've got to get out of here. Hold on tight. Oh, man. Oh, he is appearing through it? Something's coming out of that circle. we even doing in One Piece? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, alright. What is that monster? Don't say it. I have a feeling that's... Yo! Whoa, 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 whoa! Oda! Oh! 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 I forgot I haven't even been listening to music. Whoa! Oh, that is probably not even gonna make it into the anime. Did he just like blow this guy's head just clean off? It's just like, you looked at me? You looked at me? How dare you look at me? The other guy's next. Oh, whoa. Oh my god. Ah, the surface. It's been such a long time. This dude's got multiple legs. He's like a demonic spider? Well, everybody was right that he was the one with the horns. Highest authority in the world. 5 elders. Godhead of science and defense. St. J. Garcia Saturn. And he's awakened. We got the Black Deity Flame. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. And even his legs have, like, spirals on them. Like, is that going to be, like, a higher level of awakening that we're going to get into at some point? Because this, I mean, if we're talking highest authority in the world, I mean, I don't know. This dude's trouble. Alright. What is that horrible thing up above? Watch out. The island clouds. Okay. So the thing's gonna fall. Oops, so close. We got... Oh, we getting... Oh, I thought Sanji was about to fight Kizaru for a second, but Luffy caught up. Stop right there, Kizaru. You must be reaching your limit now. Please, Luffy, do something. Man, next page has to be it. That's what I'm... Oof. Gum Gum. Star Gun? What is he even doing here? Oh, he punched straight through his head. I'm like trying to understand the geography of this attack. Wow. Oh, man, and he's got the lightning on it. Don't tell me he just don't tell me he just packed up Kizaru like this. Oh my god. All right, hold on. Hold on. So he's spun around like crazy to wind this up. This is 3 cases of people just getting hit in the head through this chapter. Bonnie shot a bunch of people in the head. Saturn killed a guy. And Luffy, I mean, I don't know. That is insane. Okay, next page, last page. I'm seeing stars. Yeah. That's my limit. Oh no. Oh no. Saturn said Nika. Okay. Oh my god. Saturn is terrifying. He's definitely a spider. Wow, that's terrifying. Okay. Oh, wait. I think we get another page. Oh, thank you, Oda. I didn't want it to end here. Okay, the Vega tank is down. Luffy's down. This is what I've been waiting for. Here we go. Yes. Alright. Danger. Drama. You okay, Vegapunk? Oh no. Oh no, double page spread. Oh no. Okay. Atlas, are you hurt? I'm fine. Sanji has Bonnie. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Alright. I gave you an order, Vegapunk. Bonnie, no. Where'd she get the sword? Did she just pull it off the ground? Must not have any will left. But that means Kuma is Saint Saturn. Indeed. I thought we had already had you killed, Vegapunk. What? Ooh, okay, Bonnie. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Ah. Ha ha ha. Ah. Saturn's like, oh man, it's been a long time since I've been touched. That's a great Bonnie feat. Wow. You know, it's shonen, so that's not gonna do anything, but, you know, hey, Bonnie stock still. With the quickness. It's been a while since I've kind of felt the danger, you know? Like, this is a character that could shape the story. This is what it felt like when Kuma showed up to Thriller Bark. That I'm getting the same feeling, the same danger, oh man, everybody's hurt, everybody's down, what's gonna happen? Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is real good. It's been a while since it's been this good. This is exactly what I wanted from a Gorosei playing a role in this arc. Oh yeah. Definitely took my time reading this chapter, but man, I needed to embrace the peak. Wow. This is...
You loyal.
This is one of those moments, guys. Him standing over Vegapunk, Frankie, Sanji, Bonnie, Atlas, that's the... It's so unique, too. Having these characters be the ones that are playing a role here. And it's so fitting, also, because Vegapunk, you know, Frankie is sort of the inheritor of Vegapunk's will in a way, you know, studied on his island. So he's a science bro. Sanji is literally a genetically modified human being, and here they are standing in front of the godhead of science and defense. We have Bonnie, who has been triggered by what science has done to her, this feels right. It feels like the proper characters are involved here. So Bonnie at the end here, I think, is hearing the Gorosei. So this isn't the first time, because she's also yelling Saint Saturn, so she knows what's going on here. She was there when they gave the Kuma order. I gave you an order, Vegapunk. You must not have any will left. But that'll mean Kuma is... But this thing, I thought we already had you killed, Vegapunk. Like, he's been chilling on this island for a while. What does that mean?
Savage.
Yo, when he knocked this dude's head open...
You loyal.
Like, did he do that with a look? Has he got, like, eye laser beams or something? Like, that's one of the most graphic things I've seen in One Piece. Like,
Savage.
That's up there with Whitebeard losing half of his face. Because that looks like what happened there. That dude lost his whole head.
Savage.
Yo. Vice admirals are getting in on the action. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is what we need. Danger. Drama. Whew. Woo! Alright. Shout out to Container Productions, member for 14 months. Bonnie now has the best sword feed in the verse. It reminds me of something else in the series, and I can't remember which shot. Oh, you know what? Isn't Zoro kind of making the same pose in the cover spread? Shout out to Dizza, member for 27 months. Said, Randy, Egghead needs steaks. Oda. And I took that personally. I mean, I did say that. I did say that, and I'm here. I'm ready for it. I'm loving it. Shout out to AJ1218, member for 29 months. I think Jay Garcia Saturn is going to steal Robin. She has a tendency to get involved with spider people. Don't tell her about Miles Morales. Oh man. Yeah, well, I think, you know, she's got some Spanish flowers for anybody that tries to mess with her. I don't know if I want Robin to get captured again, but we need a Robin and Saturn interaction. I need her to say the Ancient Kingdom's name. Brandon King said, look up Yaobikuni, possible inspiration for Emu. What I'm getting is a lot of like fan art for a video game or another anime or something when I look that up. So I'll have to actually find the real folklore or something. But I think Emu is like a high angel, especially with all this like demonic stuff that's going on here. like a fallen angel, like an Ophanim, because we already have the seraphims. So something like that, and that would like make the eyes make sense. David Cott said, I think in 1100 we get Dragon flying here using his wind powers, and he will kill or capture Saturn. It's going to be a hype Dragon intro and reunion. So if you've seen Math Piece, I've already predicted that. And that's because that would be 1,000 chapters from Dragon's introduction, and it just feels right. Dragon could appear a few chapters beforehand and then just have, you know, his big moment be at 1100, or just show up at 1100. Either way is fine by me. If he shows up a little bit earlier, it's to drop lore to Luffy and things like that. I don't want it to just be Dragon. I want it to be Sabo as well. And I'd like to see Sabo a la Ace against the Billions. Fire Fist a bunch of these marine ships out of the way. And with Math Piece also, all of it could time out to be around like the anniversary of that chapter where Ace did that as well. Because right now 1100 should be maybe the last chapter of the year. Ian said, Saturn reveal is one of the best in the series, in my opinion. The amount of dread and terror that he brought is so awesome to see. So down for the Gorosei to be these eldritch horrors. Perfect for October. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is insane. Aether said, it's just crazy that a guy's head exploded. That set the tone. Oh yes. The tone of this chapter was exactly what I wanted the tone of this arc to be. Like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows and eye pops, you know, like let's get back to brass tacks here. Shout out to KProN. Thank you so much, who said, I know you just finished, but I don't got a lot of time. What do you think about Saturn taking a solar beam from the giant robot and being forced to retreat? He's a little distracted in the moment. Egghead incident is real. So like the ancient robot taking a solar beam from the ancient robot and being forced to retreat. I mean, we have set up the ancient robot. I haven't been thinking about it in terms of a Deus Ex Machina thing for us to get out of this arc, but I mean, maybe. Maybe that's what Oda's been setting up. The true power of the Nika fruit awakening the robot. Saturn can't deal with the robot. Feels like a little bit of a cop-out, though. I would rather, no matter what, that this be a situation where the Straw Hats feel like they need to retreat, not the other way around. I know we just became, you know, an Emperor crew and all of that, and we shouldn't have to retreat anymore, but it's not so much like I want them to retreat to show that we're not ready, as much as it's like, it's really good story when you have to learn things about your opponent. Like, oh wait, you guys can do this. Like, I need to like kind of like, I need to get all of the information to understand how I'm going to go up against this, because it just automatically puts it on another threat level. Like, a lot of the fights in One Piece are, okay, let's learn as we go, and you know, we'll figure this out as we, you know, we start fighting and everything. Okay, your power can do that. Well, great, my power can do this. But I'd love to see something where, kind of like when Kuma came into the story, no one understood what was happening with this power. Even the readers, we had no idea. Okay, he can teleport, he can take people's pain away, he can make explosions. Like, what is going on here? We need to get this all together. So if Saturn can do a bunch of really wacky things like that, like blow people's heads open and things, we need to understand how we're going to go against this. What information do we have about this? Do any of the books in Elbaf tell us about the fruits of the Gorosei so that we know how to combat them when we, you know, storm Marijoa? Like, that kind of thing is something that I would really love to see. Like, let's have a villain that's like, I don't think we can beat this guy right now. Especially with Luffy having exhausted himself from fighting Kizaru. Thank you, Oda. Like, yeah. Unless Bonnie is there to, like, de-age Luffy and give him more energy. You know, like, when Bonnie punched Kizaru also, he made stars, kind of like how Bonnie's power makes jewels. So I wonder if there is a connection and a correlation between Luffy's power and Bonnie's power. Especially if Bonnie is actually a Hito Hito no Mi also. I don't know, but for all we know, all fruits are really Zoans. Shout out to Barry Motivated, member for 29 months. That's me with Bonnie's devil fruit right now, because she confuses me. Yo, she took out a pistol off her hip, shot 3 bullets into 3 dudes' heads, and gave them near-death experiences, killed them, and brought them back to life. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, Oda was just like, I'm just going off this chapter. I'm going off. Like, where are the mechanics that allowed all of that dude's skin to fall off of his body and then go back? Or, you know, was it just a mental thing? But her power is so physical, right, that it seems like it had to have actually happened to... I don't know. Oh, man. Shout out to Daxake in the chat. Alejandro Salas said, Sanji fought Doflamingo, a Celestial Dragon, before Luffy did. Now he's next to Saturn. Sanji versus Saturn. Fire versus fire. So, I talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago in the last chapter. I was like, are we setting up Sanji to be the first person to go up against Saturn? Because that's what Oda does. It's not only Doflamingo. There's actually there's several instances across the story where Sanji has fought a character before Luffy does, and Oda almost uses Sanji as a way to power scale whoever Luffy is going to fight, and it makes sense that Sanji goes up against this particular guy because he's the godhead of science and everything that's related to science with Sanji, especially if it's even a dual team-up between Sanji and Frankie, which is something we've never seen, which would be really, you know, exciting also. But here's Blackleg Sanji going up against a dude with multiple legs. You know, like, that's kind of interesting to me too, especially since it was kind of implied, and I think Oda changed it last minute, that Queen originally was supposed to be a scorpion. Because if you go back to when the Queen ships go to rescue Jack after he gets hit by Zoe, the figureheads on the ships were scorpions. So that led a lot of people at the time to believe that Queen would have some sort of ancient scorpion fruit. And then Sanji's opponent would have been a scorpion. So now here, Oda kind of gets to play with that idea, but except it's, you know, at a more dangerous and high level. Because another thing that Oda really does with Sanji is he has Sanji usually fight someone that he can't beat, and then whoever he does eventually fight is someone that he almost wastes no stamina or energy fighting. Like, Zoro will be on the brink of death, and Sanji will walk away from his fight like, yeah, I'm good, what's up, who's next? So it's like, let this be a challenge for Sanji. Let this be his nothing happened moment. Let this be the thing that he talked about at the end of Thriller Bark, where he's like, at the end of the day, the government is going to, you know, be way more interested in me. Let him try and do this sacrifice play, because Luffy is basically in the same position as he was during Thriller Bark, where he's not going to be able to fight potentially. So Sanji can pull the Zoro here and protect his captain. I just love this. I really love this. Carmelo Smith, member for 6 months, said Thriller Bark 2.0, Kuma, Iron Giant will help the Straw Hats escape. Dragon and Sabo on their way to Egghead. Dragon and Sabo definitely on their way to Egghead as far as I'm concerned. The robot, we'll see how it plays, but probably. Shout out to Container Productions. W's in the chat for Container Productions. Thank you so much. Who said, I feel like Saturn used a black arrow to snipe the guy's head off. For me, it looks like it reattached when we see him in his full form. So the black arrow, like we saw go and attack Sabo and Cobra. So I see what you're saying about the black arrow kind of coming back to him. It's kind of at the top left. That also could just be black lightning, because there's also a similar thing down below under the text box. To me, it seems like something is happening with his eye. Because it's like his eye glows, so is it something where, you know, he's got like an eye laser beam, or is it a mental thing? Is it some sort of like occult thing where he's just thinking about it and then he's popping ahead, kind of like in The Boys. You just got to look at them and then you can pop heads. Man, I feel like the swirls on Saturn's legs imply that, like, if he stabs you with those legs, like, that they have to be highly venomous. Yo, this is like everything I wanted from this arc right now. It took a while to get here, but whew, ha! We here. I'm reserving that black arrow for Emu's power personally, Container. Lucy B said Wapple was right in running away. Oh yes. Oh yes. Wapple saw all of this and was like, I'm good. Saeed thinks that's somebody else yelling Saint Saturn. It could be. But I like the idea of it being Bonnie, you know, like making that, like, I'm about to stab this person scream, like, Saint the Saturn! And then stab. Shout out to Dax Sake, member for 4 months, said, does Saturn have a devil fruit, or is he just a real devil? Oh, now we're asking the wild questions. Dak, we could get lost in that. Are all of the devil fruits just like occult things that were spawned from like circles like that? It's wild. Chin, member for 26 months, said 3 is a charm. Robin and Brooke gonna defeat this fighter. Well, remember that Frankie also went up against the spider, so now this is really just part 2 for him. And technically Sanji. He was like kind of up against Black Maria, so now it's 2 for 2. K Pro N said Bonnie's power probably time related. Maybe stopped the eater's age after eating. I see where you're going, but I almost feel like you're implying that Bonnie could be much older than she is, which would go against what we know of Kuma, though. Because now I feel like with everything that we've been learning about Bonnie, I do think that she is like 20-something years old, like the Beaver card suggests. I don't think that Bonnie is a little girl. I don't think that she is an old woman. I think that Bonnie is actually just Bonnie. But the idea of her fruit having something to do with time, Oda still hasn't told us what the name of the fruit is. So definitely something about it. Shout out to Red Hood 52 who said, "Hey Randy, haven't caught a stream in a while. Hope the family's doing well. Thank you. Hope you're doing well too." Said, and I'm sorry, but Sanji may find the pack here. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Look, we can win somewhere else. We gotta take L's to make the W's sweeter. I'm sorry. We have to take L's to make the W's sweeter. So when we get that W, we're like, we really worked for this. Why is Luffy versus Crocodile in, chapter 210 or whatever it is, like, why is that so good? Why does it hit? Because he got put in the ground twice. It's so much sweeter when you take meaningful L's. Meaningful. Sword Egg said Full Metal Piece. Emu a kid. I don't know what you mean by emu a kid. Like a young child that never grew up or something. I mean, Arrested Development I could definitely see being a characteristic, but not a literal child. And it's definitely, we definitely got some Full Metal Piece going on here. Terrible TJ said, could Saturn be using science to teleport, similar to how Vegapunk teleported when he met Luffy? Warrior god of science. Interesting. Also like D-Stream. Yes, like D-Stream. Well, keep in mind that alchemy is a science as well. So he's into like the dark sciences. It's gonna be so wild to see that animated. Like him rising from the ground is gonna be so creepy. Ah. Oh man. Alejandro Salas said Uncle Ben is not playing around anymore. That's Saturn's tragic backstory. His uncle got shot and he just went down the wrong path. Lucy B said, look up Ushi Oni, okay, bull demon. Are there bull demons with 8 legs, Lucy? Chrissy's in the chat. Sorry, I'm late. Demon Gunner 7 said, hiya, Randy. How was your first week back at work? It was good. Can't talk about it, but it was good. Well, we are back. Back in the kitchen. Excited about it. My guy Ty said, sorry I'm late, Captain. I missed my crew a hell of a lot. Can't stay long. Another postseason game today. Dope chapter as always, but the Viz translating is killing me. What up, Savage Crew? What was different in the official that was giving you an issue, Ty? If you're still here, man, let me know. Shout out to Red Hood 52 who said, hear me out. Sanji gets a power-up in the final war to make his flames black, and he really lives out that black flame epithet. I mean, if he learns, like Conquerors, or activates it, then he would have black lightning, and then, that would be the, that would really help the epithet. So I'm more about that. Dak said, I'm definitely going no devil fruit. If there was some kind of Ushi-Oni devil fruit, then Saturn probably is the Ushi-Oni that it is based on. Yeah, no, I mean, I like that thinking. I still buy that, you know, there were actual things that the devil fruits were pulled from. Like, I think that that is still something that we could very well learn. Dak said, I love the crew, but they hold in this L soon. Please. Main villain in Full Metal Alchemist as a kid. Right, so that's what that super was about. Clyde said Sanji's had more than enough L's the entire series. He's also had a ton of W's. So, like I said, make the W's sweeter. Emil said, other than the Ushi-Oni, it could also be the Bald. Alright, let me look up Ushi-Oni. Let's see this. Oh, yep, that's it. That's it right there. That is definitely it. Like, it's not even a question. Like, that is just exactly what he is. He's an Ushi-Oni. You got the horns, looking like a bull. We saw how terrifying. We saw that one of the silhouettes definitely looked like a bull in 1085. So, wow. Oh, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. Shout out to Red Hood for joining the channel. Another one. Appreciate you. Man. It's so obvious, guys. Like, so I'll pull it up on my phone so I can put it on the screen. Like, I'm honestly not even going to, like, now I want to look into the folklore and, like, different stories about Ushi-Onis to understand where Oda's going to go with it. But you guys have had this chapter for so long. Most of you guys probably have already, like, people have already been talking about this and showing it. But for anybody that hasn't, there you go. That's Saturn right there. You've got the legs, you got the horns. Keeping up with the yokai from Wano, everything about that. Alright. Let's see. The Ushi-Oni is a yokai from Japan, yep. Folklore describes more than one kind, but the depiction of a bovine-headed monster occurs the most. Ushi-Oni generally appears on beaches. It did kind of look like Egghead was a beach, and attack people who walk there. They have brutal, savage personalities. I can agree to that. I can vibe. Their appearance varies, mainly based on geographical location. Usually have an ox's head with a sharp, upward curving horns, wicked fangs, and a slender tongue. They spit poison. Okay, so that's something that we have to be on the lookout for. That may be what he did to that guy, and then the poison rotted his head or something, or the poison came out of his eye, something like that. And enjoy killing and eating humans. Their body is most commonly depicted as spider-like with 6 legs and long singular claws at the end of each appendage. In other descriptions, they have the head of an ox and an Oni's torso. Certain legends claim that they appear in front of temple gates. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. The river, swamps, lakes. They often appear in stream pools. There are many places. Okay. The Ushi-Oni is considered to curse.
You loyal.
Mie Prefecture said that there was once an Ushi-Oni in the caves, and when the Lord of Gokasho Castle shot it with a bow, the Lord's wife fell sick with an incurable disease due to the curse. Because of this, Shigeaki distanced himself from the Lord's wife and developed an infatuation for a dancer who came from the capital. As a result, the Lord's wife's parents came to a bad relation. So, if we're going to take this legend here, right, and apply it to One Piece. So, there was basically what I'm getting out of this, there was an Ushi-Oni, and this person, Shigeaki, shot it with a bow, and because he did that, the Lord's wife fell sick with an incurable illness due to the curse. So, let's say Bonnie is Shigeaki in this situation. Because Shigeaki just hit Saturn with a sword, there may be some splatter of poison or something that hits either Atlas, Vegapunk, Sanji, Frankie, Luffy, whoever, is in the vicinity. And they are going to get an incurable illness now because of this. Or is Roger's incurable illness because he had a run-in with the Gorosei? Like, I'm just looking at the first legend on Wikipedia, and one of the key things, I see incurable illness, and it's obviously we know this story in One Piece. But this is something that Oda did a lot in Wano. He would take the legends and all of that, and he would twist it around, but he would find some way to weave it in. So that's why I'm reading this stuff now with you guys, because this is the way to kind of figure out what's going to happen. So well, Saturn is poisonous. And that poison is going to be a problem. The splatter could go on to Bonnie. Bonnie could, it could be an issue where now Bonnie is out for the rest of the arc because what's going to happen here? I would love if Chopper has to kind of figure out what to do with this poison. Working together with some of the Vegapunks to kind of figure this out. Let's see. There's actually a couple of different legends. That's just the first one. So there's no telling that that's actually going to be the one to be pulled from. Some of these are a little long. Shout out to Demon Gunner 7 who said, if you'd like, there's also the Tsuchigumu, which is the Onigumu, but more extra. Eva knows a thing true about poison, and Eva might be coming. Hassan Z, member for 3 months, said the ancient robot powering up at the bottom of Egghead is going to stop Saturn, calling it. Probably, but I don't know. I hope he does some damage before that happens. I don't want to undercut all of the tension here. I'd like it to continue into the next chapter, and then Oda can do what he wants. But Oda's typical MO is make this really great tension-filled chapter, And then the next chapter is just like, haha, yeah, that tension, it's gone. So let's see. Are we on break? I hope we're not on break. Shout out to my guy, Eric D. Telford in the chat. Said they show up on beaches, wild. Hey man, that's what it said. This chapter is wild though. Like, you want to talk about wild? This chapter was wild. Nico, member for 5 months, said, Randy, what do you think about Emu being the Umibozu? Like, did one of the silhouettes look like an Umibozu? Like, you know, that was something that was brought up in 1085, but I don't know. We gotta see. Dax said Atlas's new face is gonna get melted. I mean, that would be an Oda thing to keep that joke running. Barry said, sir, take a step out of the kitchen. We can't eat this whole feast, but you're making it smell so good. Hey, look, you're just getting it live. This is what I would be doing off screen, you know, to get ready for the analysis in the first place. Because this is totally it. This is it. So it's like, we might as well, you know, dive deep into here to understand where Oda's going to go. There's no way it's not the Ushioni. Like, we already... He should have just given us the devil fruit. Should have just said it. King G said Saturn is an Ushi Oni and Emu is an Umibozu. Saturn is definitely an Ushi Oni. Emu being an Umibozu, you know. Need more context. Brandon said that I missed his super chat. Another mythology thing. Are you talking about the super chat about the Yabakuni? Because I did read that one out, and then I looked it up. But let's see. Alright, I'm on yokai.com looking at this Yabakuni thing. Let's see. Yabakuni is the name of a legendary nun who lived for 800 years. Okay. But retained the youthful appearance of a young woman throughout her whole life. Her perpetual youth and beauty were attained by accidentally eating the flesh of a ningyo, which is said to grant eternal life. So I actually do like this a lot. I don't know if it's going to be Emu particularly, but this story is definitely something that Oda is like drawing from. Because here, Yabakuni's story is found over and over again in every region of Japan. The main points remain the same. A girl unknowingly eats something from the undersea world, which causes her to live for a very long time. So she becomes a nun and travels around Japan. In many versions, the girl is the daughter of a poor fisherman, while in some she is the daughter of a local noble, or even the daughter of a legendary domon. Some versions of the story, she becomes immortal by eating the flesh of the ningyo. In other versions, it is a magical abalone or some other special food from Ryugu Kingdom. And ningyo, isn't that Fishman? Ningyo is Fishman, right? Emu ate Poseidon. That's a good one. This is Theory for Theory featuring the chat this week. There are official records of an 800-year-old nun visiting Kyoto in 1449. In most tales, she ends up in Wakasa. It's possible that is where her story originated. A small cave located on the grounds of Queenji, said to be her final resting place. This is fun. Brandon, did anybody do a video about this yet? Because this might be something that I like try to turn into something. If nobody's talking about this, like this might be a fun thing to kind of just let the community know that this exists. Ningyo is mermaid. Yeah. I knew it was something like that. Because Gyo is fish, and then... let's see. Here's another Ushi-Oni story. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Okay. It is said that there's an Ushi-Oni at the Waterfall Basin in Wado River. Wado. Very close to Wano. Anyway. People who have their shadows licked by one would get a high fever and die in a few days. And to avoid this, one can provide the Ushi-Oni with its favorite thing, some alcohol, every year at New Year's. People would have their shadows licked by the Ushi-Oni, get a high fever, and die. That's crazy. The tale about the yokai at Mio River Pool is an extremely unusual story about an Ushi-Oni who would shapeshift into a human and even help a human. A young lad shared his bento with a woman who was the shapeshifted master of the stream pool, the Ushi-Oni. When the young lad was washed away by a flood 2 months later, he was saved by the shapeshifted Ushi-Oni. However, it is said that an Ushi-Oni who saves a human must leave this world in exchange. So as the Ushi-Oni was saving the young lad, deep red blood sprang out from the Ushi-Oni's body as it melted and disappeared. So if Saturn were to ever turn against Imu and save somebody against Imu's orders, hypothetically, then Oda would probably have the Ushi-Oni just melt and disappear for saving somebody. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I've been trying to find the one that has to do with the eyes and what happened to that dude's head. Okay, here we go. In Wakayama, Ushi-Oni are mountain-dwelling beasts. Legend says when a hiker or traveler makes eye contact with the Ushi-Oni, the person cannot avert his or her gaze. The person's soul or energy is drained and he or she dies. This is called Kage wo Ku, or sometimes Kage wo Nomu, which translates to eating the shadow or drinking the soul. Come on, guys, like D-Stream. We're learning here, okay? So that is totally what Oda is making a reference to when Saturn's eye blinks, and then this dude's like head flies off. You're not supposed to make eye contact with it. And then they even specify that like you're not even supposed to be in their presence, right? Where's that page? Yeah. Okay. So that's good. Something else says that just encountering the Ushioni would result in catching an illness. This story's kind of weird. There's another one about someone like killing one and then separating it into 3 bodies, and then the 3 parts of the body became islands. I don't know if we're gonna get into that one. Wow, there's so many. Wiki definitely front-loaded the best ones, though. I'm like going through these and like they're not even worth bringing up. What I like about this too is, you know, I was recently thinking about how, like, technically speaking, the first real Zoan that we get introduced to, you know, I mean, you could say it's Chopper, but it's kind of Dalton. You know? Ushi no Mi. Model Bison, right? And then here's the first Gorosei. And they're an Ushi-Oni. So it's like Oda has had this... He's got an infatuation with like the Ushis. He's always sort of had this imagery in his head. I think as we get a little bit more into Saturn and everything like that, I wonder how many like parallels or callbacks or, you know, things we can say about Dalton that are like opposite to Saturn. Jin said I'm obsessed with Yokai wiki pages now. This is what I was doing all Wano, guys. This is like you want to know why we kept getting W's, why I kept getting predictions right? You know, like it's because I did this. I was just like I went down a Yokai rabbit hole. That's why I immediately looked at, you know, Black Maria and was like, oh, she's a Jirogamo. She's definitely gonna have a spider fruit. And when, you know, things like Big Mom turning all of the random objects, like specifically like an umbrella, a sandal, a lantern, I was like, oh, this is Tsukuyomi, or no, Tsumogami. I forget the name now. It was something, but it was like literally exactly what she did is the thing. Like random household items like that Tsukumogami. Tsukuyomi is like the moon thing. Yeah, it's Tsukumogami. Yeah, that was. But no, I mean there was a ton, you know, and it's like a lot of stuff is tying the Ushioni to the Nure Onna snake woman, which you know, we did have one of those in Wano. That was the teacher. I did know her name, but now I've forgotten because we're out of Wano. But if, you know, it's true that Emu is a woman and is, you know, a snake, and going back to all of the biblical stuff and the temptation of a snake and going in with the snake lore, then there's, there's a chance for that, you know, we had a mid Noreona in Wano, but then we have like the real Noreona as part of like either the Gorosei or Emu itself. Sword Egg said go to chapter 233. That's the introduction of the Gorosei. I know that chapter very well. What in particular in 233 do we want to look at? Because remember, guys, Oda introduced these characters in 233, and then he gave us their names like 21 years exactly to the day. Math piece. True indeed. If we allow red hair to run amok unchecked, it would be difficult for us to contain the possible consequences. But he's not a man bent on trying to change the world. We should observe the situation for now, instead of acting hastily. More importantly, we must appoint another member to the Shichibukai to fill Crocodile's absence. Even a single hole must not be overlooked. A rupture in the three great powers can cause a tremor that will shake the entire world. We must maintain the balance. Circles behind the Gorosei. Oh, shit. Yeah, we can kind of look at that different now. We can kind of look at that different now. Oh, man, yeah, okay. Alright, that was a good one. That was a good one, Sword Egg. That was a good one. They got some transmutation circles on those walls. Yeah, let me check out the ball, like Emil said here. See, now what's interesting about this, right, is when I look up the ball on Wiki, it says they are a god of fertility, which so was Osiris. And if you watched Reassemble Joy Boy, we talked about how Osiris was a god of fertility. Now, visually on Wiki, there's nothing here that's tying this to Saturn, and that's for the BAAL translation. But when I focus on the BAEL spelling, then I start to get like a king with 6 legs, and it's very very much related, yeah. You got the circles and all that other stuff. I don't know. Googling a lot of this stuff makes me uncomfortable. Thanks, Goku. Yeah, we're never going to be able to look at those walls the same again. Hold on. I have a small little bit of chair piece here. I'll be right back. We're going to get into more of this because there is a lot to get into. We also got to do a reread, do a deeper dive here. In the meantime, like and subscribe if you are feeling the vibe. Something drop? Yes. A couple of things. I was having an off-screen battle. Yep. The extra chair that I have in the room, it fell and then blocked the door, so I had to push a little harder to get back in because I had it next to the door by, I think Chrissy put it there. And then because of that, camera fell over, the one I used to shoot the analysis. But I think it's okay. We'll find out. Can't think about it now. And then Foxy fell also. It really was chair piece. All right. We're back. Lots of things can happen in off-screen battles. Slowly looks at Oda. Yep. All right. Taking a look at the beginning of the chapter again. Running through things. Everything was looking good for our people. I do love that Sanji had a nice little speed feat this chapter. I also love just the focus on Bonnie. And I really like Bonnie with the hood up better than the hood down. I don't know, it's just cool. We don't have a lot of like characters that wear the hoods up a lot. This near-death experience thing was crazy, though. But the way that she is able to imbue her power onto something is also really wild. Like, have we ever seen that before in the story? Where someone was able to affect someone else using an object with their power. Because it's one thing to imbue objects. Like, even like Foxy fell off the shelf, so I'm thinking of Foxy now. Foxy was able to slow things down. But it's not like he was able to slow something down and then by hitting you with that slowed thing, you would also slow. Like, that's what this is doing. Like, the chain of events, that level of, there's a step to a step to a step here. She's got a gun with a bullet. She's putting her power through the gun into the bullet. And then when it hits the person, it's still her power. Booger Bomb. Yeah. The Booger Bomb didn't cause any sort of, like, reaction. Other than, like, an explosion. But I guess it's kind of the same principle. The breeze breath gun. We have seen this. I think Mr. 5 is probably the best situation, but the fact that there's an additional reaction is the crazy part to me. Terrible TJ said it reminds me of Law and Fujitora. Oh, thanks for reminding me about that, Dak. In the beginning, I did say I wanted to look at the summoning circle for Brook. So I still want to do that. Chrissy said that Bonnie moment was incredible. I'm actually going to pause the reread. I'm going to go check that out. That summoning circle should probably be somewhere around, like, I don't know, let's try 587? I don't know. No, that's still ASL 594. Message. There's the Gorosei, and you still have all the circles. Man, it was there the whole time, man. Alright, well, I've got the Chopper and Sanji stuff. Here's Nami. Alright, here's Brook. Except this is after it already. This is when he's reading the newspaper, so this isn't the summoning circle. Would that have happened immediately? After? With everything so scattered with 3D2Y, it's kind of tough. So then it would be... Did we catch up with them right before Impel Down? Or during Amazon Lily? So is it really more like 522? Okay. It's 524. Okay, I'm at 523. Okay, here it is. Namakura Island. This is a demon. Did we really summon one with black magic? It looks so fearsome. It's clearly not of this world. Our wish has been granted. We might have our revenge. Revenge on the long-armed tribe that stole everything from us. Demon King, if you fulfill our wish, all of us are prepared to... we do not have anything left. Please strike them with your hammer of blood. Let me cross-reference this circle, which is obscured with Kuma's paw, against what we see here.
Loyal.
Mint Chocolate, member for 6 months, said, Saturn revealed this demon spider compared humans to insects. And 8 rings of Saturn, 8 spider limbs. The evidence was there. Oh, that's fun. I like that. I like that. Eight rings of Saturn, 8 legs. Bro. How 5 head are you getting, Oda? Come on, bro. You can't do it. You can't do it like One Piece. You can't do it like One Piece. You can't do it like One Piece. So I'd say there's elements here with the Brook stuff that we could kind of refer back to, but with the paw obscuring everything, it's kind of tough. I wonder if didn't the anime show what they were doing beforehand? Not that the anime really should be used as a reference for this, but I want to see how they drew the circle. But it's just good world building that, like, this is kind of in the world anyway. The way he just, like, appeared, though. God. It's kind of crazy, too, with, like, all of the religions that are in One Piece. This is kind of the one thing that we really never dived into. The bad side of that kind of stuff. I don't know. it creeps me out, but also excites me for the possibilities that the story could go in. Dax said the anime does show it. Yeah, I kind of remembered that they had a little bit of padding, but I wonder if it looks like that. Barry said, I saw Gio on Twitter compare Frankie's position to Ace and said, Frankie move. And I was simultaneously laughing and biting my nails off. Oh boy. Oh my god, yeah, he really... It really is. And Vegapunk's positioning is Luffy also. But honestly, that would be one of the best things for the story. Like, as much as I love the boy Frankie. Shout out to Barry. We need a rebuild. We need a rebuild. Chrissy said, where's Robin? Can she come back with some hands? I was talking about the Noreona, right? And then shout out to Hai Ken, who compared who took the etymology of it. Noreona. Nerona Imu. Imu's a snake woman. Imu's in Noreona. Forget this Umibozu stuff. No. Snake piece for sure. Yeah. Brandon King said, Jupiter is famous for having a great red spot, a continuous storm. Do you think this hints at Jupiter having the D, since his planet has a continuous perpetual storm like the D? No, but I like the idea of thinking about the storm, because that could be a good reference to whatever his power is. But I still like the idea of Dragon just having the Kaze no Mi to win Logia. But I know that people have over the years have brought up like the Quetzalcoatl and all this other stuff. It's like, well, if Jupiter had that, then might be able to make storms with that. But Oda may be trying to like actually root it all in yokai, which is okay too. And I think it was when I was collabing with Parvision, we were talking about the fruits of the Gorosei, and I said, trust me, it's going to get to a point where you literally need YouTube to understand what these abilities will be, because they are going to be based in folklore. And hey, you know,
another one.
It's just that's just where we're at in the story. Shout out to Red Hood 52, said, Randy, could we get your predictions for the rest of the Gorosei forms and abilities? It's... I think it's... I don't have enough context. I would have to legitimately look at every single Gorosei scene in the story. Read into the dialogue, because as Mint Chocolate just said, like, you have Saturn referring to humans as insects, and then they are a spider that would prey on insects, right? Saturn has 8 rings. Saturn has 8 legs. So it's like, what facts about different planets? You know, like Venus is very gaseous, right? And so is Jupiter. So it's like, is there something related to gas for both of those? Mercury is like a scorched rock that is very hot. So would Mercury have something that is just, very like coal-based or fire-based? Like the one Yudo that Black Maria had. Something like that. Something like Kazenbo. DK said, hi, I like One Piece. Me too. Yeah, I think it's too soon. I think we need more, like, targeted dialogue. We need those Gorosei to be like the focal center of a particular arc, and then their dialogue will start informing things, kind of like how Saturn's at the center of all of this, and things that he's been saying lately really put him, in context here. But it could pull from anything, just like Red Hood saying Mercury in mythology is also Hermes from Greek mythology. So it could be something speed related as well. Or fire and speed. It's not only just going to be one thing, like this isn't just one thing. We need more Robin panels with the Gorosei. We'll get them. We'll get them because we're getting close to the anniversaries of Ohara in the manga. So I don't think that Oda's going to resist having some parallels happen there where Robin is like now taking the place of Clover and like speaking truth to stuff in person. So back to this reread here, going through. We got this Otterman showing up here. Hear that experience. Bluegrass with the wild ride no me. I can take a ride on anything and anyone. Like, what other context will that have? Like, if she jumped onto the back of a human, would they suddenly, you know, be under her spell and control? Can take a ride on anything. Well, it also it looks like there's a like a bar that she's able to hold on to too, which could have been there because it's a robot, but is that a part of her power? And this man really turned into an otter, which is, it's really fun actually. I really like that. I'd like to get that guy's name and, you know, like the true classification of his fruit. I also want to remember the name I gave him. Then we had a little bit of Luffy versus Kizaru. Luffy literally looking like a barrel of monkeys with the way his arms are stretched out. You get a reminder that certain characters still exist. An earthly presence. Who is in the cart that Nami, Usopp, and Chopper are pushing? Is that Robin? Is that Kaku? Who is that? Who's in the bed? Is it supposed to be Robin? Stussy. Bonnie de-ages bluegrass. It's over for the internet. Oh boy. Do I think Dragon will show up in chapter 1100? We'll take the L as a community if it doesn't happen, but the fact of the matter is that it should, and it would, like, it's time for him to make a move. So I've been with that for several months now, and I'm not faltering, and I still want to see Smoker in 1097 and Vivi in 1103. It could be Robin or it could be Stussy, but I'm almost leaning Robin, but it looks like lighter hair, which is a little awkward. That's a confusing panel. Because it's not drawn well enough to really, like, get a definitive answer here. Man, these flames, like... This chapter is so good, guys. Stargun is... What an attack. I love how Saturn doesn't even call him Luffy. He's just like, Nika. He's returned. It's definitely fine, I'll do it myself vibes for sure. We don't see Kizaru after the Star Gun attack. So I'm wondering now, like, did Luffy actually like take out Kizaru? He might have. And Oda just like casually gave Bonnie the best female sword feat in the entire series, and she's not a swordsman. And he's feeling a little froggy after drawing that color spread. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna copy this Zoro move right here. Kizaru will probably get back up, but in a little bit. Give Saturn his day in the sun. Wow. Cloud. Killer Comedy said Smoker doesn't have cancer. I am the cancer. But he needs to say that to Cancer. Because there's a Vice Admiral named Cancer. Jake Bixby said page 17, right above Saturn's butt. The explosion on the building is likely Kizaru. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I can see how that geography makes sense. Luffy punches him, goes through the building. So Kizaru's somewhere over there. He'll re-emerge when Oda needs him to. Smoker versus Cancer is a fight that would only happen in One Piece. Need that in this arc. There was one of the Vice Admirals does kind of look like Cancer, so I don't know if he's actually here or not, but like that's one of the guys that Oda has Smoker fight, like as he's trying to protect Vegapunk. Which satellite do I think the Blackbeard Pirates will take? I mean, York makes the most sense, but I do like... I think it was Joy Boy who said it in the last Theory for Theory. It was like the Gorosei get what they want, and they leave with York. In which case, the Blackbeard Pirates actually leave with the Stella. And that's kind of interesting. But I think, as of right now, I think we do leave with the Stella. I think we leave with the Stella. And maybe Lilith. Everybody else, I think they die. Sorry, Atlas. Sorry, Edison. Catching up on the chat here. How is Kizaru's sunglasses intact after all these fights? I mean, because he hasn't been completely defeated yet. You know, the Doflamingo logic applies. Rate the ride fruit? I need to see what it does to something that's not a robot. Like, because right now, if it only works on robots or inanimate objects or something, then it's like, I don't know, kind of mid. But, you know, it's just a very appropriate power for what's necessary here. Red Hood thinks Stella dies on Egghead. I mean, look, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways that it goes. But I don't know. With Elbaf around the corner and the Library of Ohara, you know, it's like, does the knowledge die here, or does Vegapunk have the opportunity to, you know, drop some bombs on us? Like, this guy knows so much. Killing him is, I mean, it's totally in keeping with the Gorosei and everything that they're after, but us as readers, like, we've been waiting 1100 chapters for information, so it's like, now this guy has the information. We need that opportunity to do it, and that's going to happen either in the Library of Ohara, you know, that's at Egghead, or on the way there. You know, we need a lull. We need him to be in a room with the rest of the Straw Hats and just kind of, like, talk about poneglyphs and stuff, and, you know, we just get a big lore dump chapter like we got during Zoe. Do I think Saturn's related to Clover? He was shown reacting to his death and always carries a staff with him, which is the tarot equivalent of Clover's modern card games. I mean, that's interesting. Have I ever thought of that? No. Have I thought deeper into the you know, reactions that the Gorosei have had to certain things? Yeah, we talked about it a lot. There's a lot of orders that they give or get that they don't necessarily vibe with, and you see it, like, oh man, we got to do this. I don't know. Okay, but got to do it. I don't think that I don't think that they're related. I think it's just like, oh man, we gotta kill them all. All right. That's kind of what I got out of it. But I mean, it is fun. You know, like, if Clover ended up, like, being his descendant, and then, like, he reveals that to Robin, and then Robin is just like, so you're responsible for, you know, the death of your descendant? And it's just like, well, they didn't follow the path that I chose. I mean, that does line up with themes in the story. So it's like, it's not the most out there thing, but I don't know. Oh, I love this because I've talked about it a lot, but I haven't brought it up in this chapter under this context, right? So our first introduction to Bonnie is the scene with her and Zoro and Charlos. And it's particularly why I wanted Bonnie to be involved with everything with Saturn in the first place. So that's why I was happy that we were getting this, but I didn't get deeper into why I really like this. Charlos was, you know, picking a fight with Zoro, and Zoro was about to just, like, slice him down. and then Bonnie stops Zoro from attacking a celestial dragon, and like basically teaches him what it means if you attack a celestial dragon. Meanwhile, no smoke, no hesitation. This is Vivi when she sees Crocodile. Like, Bonnie runs over and immediately stabs a celestial dragon. And now I even like it better that it happened with a sword, so that it's really echoing that Zoro situation completely, because she's using a sword. She just does what Zoro wanted to do back in like 498 or whatever it is. And here it is. If Bonnie survives this, which she likely will, her bounty is going to be enormous. What's up, Low Superhero? Yokai said, Usopp's joke, "Am I a Vegapunk too?" will come back with Katarina pretending to be a Vegapunk. That's interesting. Like, if Katarina's actually Atlas, that would be unexpected. And be like, I knew there was something about Atlas. I knew I didn't like her. Do we get bounty raises after Egghead? We gotta. It only fits right. It only feels right. How many times is Oda, gonna have in the story where he gets to do decks of the world and show reactions and stuff? Like, Luffy's got to get to that point where he's almost at Roger's level. When will Kuma arrive? At the last minute. Who wore the Uchi best, Kaku or Saturn? Dalton. That wasn't one of the answers, but that's my answer. Shout out to Dalton. Shout out to Dalton. DK just listed Ryakugyu's new voice actor. What would we know that actor from? I know that the original voice actor was Leorio's voice actor, which was a big bummer because Leorio is my favorite character in Hunter x Hunter. So I was, and we talked about it when those Green Bull chapters were happening. I was just like, man, we're not gonna get my boy voicing him, but. Greed and Full Metal Alchemist? The original Greed. Aizawa and My Hero. I forget who that is because I dropped My Hero. Oh, that guy. Eraser. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that fits the vibe. Everyone's going to be done justice, Chin. Oh, Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist, not Greed? Where did I see that? Hughes was my favorite Full Metal Alchemist character. Yeah. That's because he's the best Full Metal Alchemist guy. Damn right he is. And he's so much better in the original version. Like, look, I love Brotherhood because it actually follows the manga, but it's like almost the way to watch Full Metal Alchemist is to like watch the first 25 episodes in the original version and then go to whatever episode 8 or something in Brotherhood and continue from there. Do you think we get an Ors situation with Saturn? All the strats team up to hold him off, take him down, possibly? I mean, look, I would love that. I would really like to see another kind of like team up, work together situation, before the series ends. Considering that in the Archipelago, we also had that with the Pacifista. Like, it wasn't just Ors, too. Like, we had it immediately in the next arc as well. And everybody worked together and, defeated one. I'd like to see the Straw Hats working together to try to take this guy down, but not understanding the mechanics of his fruit and failing. Like, if he's got a poison and all this other stuff, and, our guys are, like, trying to fight through the poison, but ultimately succumb to it, like, that's good. Because then it's like, okay, we got to collect our guys and get out of here. We got to heal this poison. Then that even brings a greater reason for the Revolutionary Army to show up because Eva can maybe drain the poison. Or if the whole point of the Mads cover story is to bring the Germa back, and then Reiju can help drain the poison as well. But then watch the poison is so powerful that it actually affects Reiju as well. Like that's the thing that needs to happen, right? Because it's like we have to put his poison on a whole new level. It's got to beat Magellan. It's got to beat Reiju. Like, it's got to be something crazy. Especially with this whole incurable disease thing. We gotta up the stakes heavy. Jen said, Randy, to be fair, um, 2007 version when the anime came out. Manga haven't finished. Well, it was like 2003 when it came out. I was watching it weekly with the fan subs. So I remember, and I know that the manga wasn't done. Manga wasn't anywhere near close to being done. It was so crazy that they wanted to start the anime that soon. Maybe it was 2004. I don't know. I just remember I remember, like, that was the peak of me and anime. Like, I was caught up with One Piece. I was heavy in the community on the internet, working with the fan subs, working at Arlong Park, and I was watching, and reading One Piece. I was watching Bleach weekly, and eventually I dropped that. I watched all of Full Metal Alchemist, and what else? I was watching Full Metal Panic. You have all the, the Adult Swim stuff too. And Toonami, Outlaw Star, like getting into the actual like uncut versions of all that kind of stuff. Trigun, Cowboy Bebop. The early 2000s. We need to bring back docking. Yeah. Will Robin ever join? Yes, I did notice that the stars were 3D, Yokai. The Straw Hats aren't escaping without help. Like, there will be a Deus Ex Machina, and it's going to be like the Revolutionary Army's got to show up. Morgan's is on his way, so there's a bunch of different ways that the Straw Hats can get off of this island. Kuma's probably going to show up. And what else? I still need Smoker. I really want Smoker. Not that he leaves with them or anything like that, but like he needs to make a stand at some point, and this really feels like the time to do it, but we'll see. Full Metal Panic is a hidden gem. I haven't revisited it since the early 2000s, but I did really love it, and that opening is a schmanger. Plus, if Kuma shows up and the Revolutionary Army is there, then we can get Dragon and Kuma talking also. Like in this, yeah, we already got it, like, a few chapters ago and everything, but in action. Reddit said Smokers have been missing in action for too long. I never thought we would have an arc with so much Tashigi and absolutely no Smoker. Yeah, well, we already had that. It was called Alabasta, but like the second half of Alabasta is no Smoker and all Tashigi. So now what I need is like no Tashigi and all Smoker for the second half of Egghead. Did anybody mention the myth of Ushioni being able to drain a person's soul? Yeah, I came up to that conclusion all on my own reading the Ushioni wiki live on stream. We went into everything that an Ushioni can do, and it was fun. Card Captor, yeah, I remember that. But wow. So many vibes this chapter. This is what I was waiting for, Oda. Oda's back! He's back, baby! Let's go! I think I'm gonna start winding down, start wrapping up the stream here. because there's a lot of things to take into context and think about for the analysis, and so there's going to be a lot of lore that I have to remember as I go into all of this. And still get it out by tomorrow before it spoils, because 1095 spoilers are out apparently. There's no break, right? New chapter coming in 7 days. That's what we like to see. Yeah. So I think we're a chapter or two away from getting a Blackbeard update. Originally I was saying 1096, but I don't know if the last break makes it 1095. And then 1097, like, Oda better not disappoint me. Smoker better be there. And that might end up being the birthday chapter if we don't take a break. Or because we've got a chapter now, if we do 3, then I won't have a birthday chapter. Well, I will. It'll just be a week later. Red Hood says that they're calling it Vivi rejoins before 1100. Vivi was introduced into the story on chapter 103, so 1103 is still and has been what I've been preaching for months, maybe even a year by now. So yeah, we may see her beforehand, but I don't think she actually rejoins with the Straw Hats or anything like until that chapter. Like, in my mind, I see it like 1103 is like the peak of we need to get off of this island, and then the blimp shows up, and then it's like double page spread, end of chapter, Vivi putting her arm out from the blimp, you know, and then Luffy like reaching out with everybody, and then them leaving with the blimp. 1100 predictions, Dragon. 1,000 chapters after Dragon. Shows up. Sabo burns a bunch of marine ships. If Vivi comes into the story sooner, then 1100 could be like the Luffy, Vivi, Sabo conversation, and then they just leave with Vivi in 1103, but nah, I don't really want that. I want it to be dragon focused. Very dragon focused. I want it to feel like chapter 100, like we gotta get out of here. Dragon is facing down Saturn. Be kind of crazy if Dragon died, and then Sabo's got to lead the Revolutionary Army in his stead. Like Saturn kills him. I don't know. This is One Piece, so probably not, but when do we hear back from Weevil? Marco's birthday is this month, so if Oda wants to give us an update on Marco and Weevil, it's going to be in the next, like, 2 chapters. Killer Comedy said, "I'll cry for real if that double spread happens, Randy." That's just the image I have in my head. You know, that's what I want to see. What if we see Luffy's mom instead at 11? Well, I talked about that in Math Beast too. That, like, if Dragon came in chapter 1097, or it's really got to be the issue number now, because things might be a little different. But in November, December, I can't remember exactly, we would be on the issue anniversary of Garp, like, unloading and unpacking, like, the monkey family lore, right? So if Dragon showed up and started having a conversation with Luffy, and, like, his mom came up in the conversation, or we learn that, you know, the theory that Robin is actually Luffy's half-sister or something, like, there a way to, like, kind of utilize Dragon in the same way that Garp was utilized to talk about family is something that Oda could do and is in keeping with, like, parallels. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some sort of, like, a mom drop. Some sort of family drop. Kid Clip, what's up? Jose, what's up? Yeah, but we back. Crossguild picking up Law is something that we discussed. Definitely Moria. Moria has to join Crossguild. It just makes sense with all the Perona connections. Killer Comedy said over 300 likes. Chat went crazy today. So proud. Thank you, chat. Yes, thank you, chat. Today was awesome. This chapter was awesome. The stream was awesome. We continued to cook constantly. This is a Michelin star meal here today. We're gonna have so many things to discuss in the analysis to compact all of this, but whoo, what a like, seriously, this is what I've been waiting for. And I hope Oda does not undercut the tension in the next chapter. Like, I need this to continue. I need this. I need the dread. I need our side taking L's heavy. Like, I need heavy L's right now, so the W is so sweet. So it's so sweet when we get it. I want our boys to lose. Heavy want them to lose, so we can get that sweet, tasty W later on. Because it's like, why is the Kizaru stuff so satisfying? Because he put us in the ground. So now Saturn has to do the same so that when we put him down later, it's sweet. Or maybe we do put him down, but I mean, like, something needs to give. Something needs to give. Like, and we can't deflate how strong the Gorosei are if we're supposed to fight them later on. Like, this needs to be a situation where these guys are so wild that this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're up against. It's a whole different echelon. Okay, you're an emperor now, Luffy? Cool. But you're not on the Gorosei's level. Like, that, I want that. There's still more to learn. We can't have peaked yet, even if this is your peak. We haven't peaked yet. But this chapter is peak. Will I give new guesses for the other Gorosei in the review because of the new info that we got today? Like I said earlier, I'm not going to spend too much time on that in this analysis, because this chapter, while it gives us context on Saturn, it doesn't give us necessarily enough context for that, and I think there would need to be some more research into specific yokai that are maybe connected to the Ushioni to really get into it. You know, I'm going to step back, I'm going to reflect. If some ideas pop up, maybe. I kind of want to get more into like the Noreona kind of stuff, and I did like this Yabakuni thing too. That was pretty cool that Brandon brought up. Yeah. Hey, Rafael Santana. Appreciate the subscription. Putting on the research glasses. Barry said, push them up. Who do you think I am? Of course. Or did you want the, like, that? Oh, man. Yeah. Alright, guys. This is awesome. We're back. We're going to be back next week with 1095. Check out the analysis. You know, we're going to dive deeper into all of this. And yeah. Exciting times ahead. Ooh, tension. Tension. Need it. Alright. Thanks again, guys, for coming out. W's to all of you. This chapter is definitely an Ascension chapter. Neil deGrasse, take us out.
I've been swimming deep, deep. Savage.